My name is Nate Scott. I'm a part of a group of like-minded entrepreneurs you probably don't believe exists. There's a financial danger that no one is talking about, and it's the reason why 97% of people can't retire comfortably. That's why we refuse to rely on the limitations of a job to create the life we want, and we are never defined by our circumstances. In fact, our belief is that we are always one idea away from what we desire. We create products and services that we know can change people's lives. Because we are fighting against the way things have always been, people that have given up on their dreams and are threatened by change, we have to do things differently. We have to work smarter. We have to know how to think versus what to think. We don't seek a guarantee for success, we create it. Every move we make is a demonstration of our faith, knowledge, and skill. We make money, invest our profits, and compound it at more than 8% per month. So how do we do that? How is that even possible? The bankers and brokers don't want you to know about it because your ignorance is their bliss. If you ask the financial advisors or MBAs, they tell you that what we're doing isn't safe, realistic, or even possible, yet it's happening every single day. It's happening through the promise of Matthew 6:33 that we call life. It's not something I can explain to you, but I can show you. If I tell you, you'll forget. If I teach you, you'll remember. But if I involve you, you'll learn. We partner with people just like you that have a dream and a vision. I use the Life is Rich process to help make their dreams become a reality. That's how I live in fullness every day. Yes, we are Life is Rich soldiers, and these are our stories. I think anytime you're getting information, it's important that you at least have a frame of reference. I have a little diagram where I tell people that anytime someone is going to give you information, you should kind of evaluate based upon some questions. Who said it? Why they said it? How did they say it? When did they say it? What did they say? So that you can in turn take that information and distill it in the right place. Does that make sense? Because there's no shortage of information. But you want to make sure that you at least know where the solid information is coming from so that when you get that other noise, you can then in turn put it in its right context. What's the agenda? My name is Nate Scott. I'm the author of the book, Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth. It's a principle-centered, biblically based leadership program focused on personal growth and entrepreneurship, specifically written to address the fact that 77 million baby boomers are retiring and facing a cash flow danger, and 66 out of 100 people age 65 earn less than $30,000 in retirement. I wrote the book to teach people how to think versus what to think. Every chapter begins with scripture, and then is me saying, so what? You know God's word, but so what? How do you take this and apply it to your life on a daily basis? Because how many of you know there are a lot of busted, broken down Christians? Broken, busted, and disgusted. Talking about how great God is, but if you're looking at them like, how? Well, it ain't because of God's shortcomings. It's because people don't do what they need to do. They don't do the work to learn how to function in the here and now, in this realm. You know, the Bible talks about the renewing of the mind. It does include everything. The spiritual pieces should be a given. Now stand firmly on that and then walk boldly into everything else. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, relationally, physically, and financially. Follow me? That's what Life is Rich is about. It's about teaching you how to live in fullness every day. So if you believe, if that message resonates with you, then if you don't do anything else, I want you to say, I want to need to be in an environment that those are the values, those are the principles, those are the people that are operating in that space, because you're going to be the direct reflection of the books you read and people you associate with. And because of your opportunity to be in a relationship with my wife, you have an opportunity to be in relationship with me and what it is that we are creating. Follow me? Your life may change and you might decide something just doesn't work for you. It's not for you, whatever. But the relationship is the relationship is the relationship, which that means that if you get started with this and connect with this, and you know that looking good is a part of your regular walk, and you know that skin care is something that you will do and need to do, well, then it's just a matter of deciding that you're going to walk out that as a lifestyle, which makes it easy to share, even if you're not beating down people's door trying to make sales. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You are the asset. That's what Life is Rich is about. You. It's all about you. I'm 100% committed to you. And if you can get that through, if you can understand that, then it doesn't matter what things you might go look at. Relationship that's principle centered, that's in line with God, that just simply is to serve you, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. Does that make sense? You see, I need you to understand that I don't have a hidden agenda. I've been involved with this community now for over 2 years. And the desire for me is to see an army of women really have real success. I wrote the book, and the color scheme is for women because that's where my heart is, because I've got a 13-year-old daughter. I wrote it with the idea that if I pour into women, that would allow me to leave a legacy that if something ever were to happen to me, there would be role models that I had already put into, so they would give the right example that I would want them to have as a male. You see what I'm saying? Because see, at 19, when I walked the perimeter during Desert Storm, I said, Lord, if you allow me to make it back, I'll never waste a day of my life. So I'm conscious of the shortness of life. Okay? And so I shared that example was because I didn't talk to her about why she needed to be, or don't go look at that company and this opportunity, or well, this opportunity is this way. You know, I'm not that guy. I'm about you, because that's the assignment. Okay? And so there's a real definitive problem. So with two things I want you to take away with. Relationship. If you're going to do this business, relationship. Because if you get the relationship and you get enough people saying that, you know, they get to know, like, trust, and respect you, then whatever it is that you offer, it ain't about you making a sale. It's about, can you get the appointment? Right. You're asking someone to just give you the time so that you can get in front of them to show them the information the right way. Because you've got to then believe that if they get the information the right way, that they will come to the same conclusion that you came to when you made the decision. If you made the decision first from emotions and then went to logic. People buy because of emotions. You follow me? The number one reason people buy is because of status. You're making, each one of you is sitting in this room right now, and I'm laying this out to help you guys to build your business, because everybody is sitting in here right now trying to say, well, will this improve my status or lessen my status? If I make this decision of putting my money out there and it doesn't work, will people talk about me and say, you tried that thing, it wasn't going to work anyway? Will I be made to feel worse? Maybe looking at the product, you say, well, if I buy this, will this make me look better? Will this make me feel better vicariously? Because if I'm looking better and people say I'm looking good, then I feel better about myself. And am I wealthier? In essence, in the back of your mind, that's in essence the things that's come in. Because if you know right off the bat that people will automatically think you're smarter because you did something, you're going to automatically say, I'm going to do this. If you already know that it's going to make you wealthier, or making the expense, paying it out initially will give you the opportunity to make more, and you actually can see yourself making it successful, you'll say, okay, I'm going to do this. The reason you won't do it is because you will perceive that there's something negative that's going to be as a result of you doing it. My desire in speaking to you is to let you know that no, number one, your status will be increased because you're going to be around successful people. At least you're going to be connected to successful people. You have nothing to lose because you're in a relationship where you can actually point to real people that are really successful, that you can bring us in a room with anybody that you ain't got to worry about them thinking lesser of you. You follow me? Now let me bring it to the logical side. And this is where my wife and I got together, and I think she said this is what really got her with the book. Is because I wrote the book because there's a real problem. I want you all to think about and always keep in mind that you want to sell the problem, not the solution. Since we're talking about you guys, quote unquote, joining the business, I'm going to start talking to you about money. Sell the problem, not the solution. Solutions are Mary Kay, Prime America, all that other stuff. Those are solutions. People are telling you to get in this because this is the problem with millennials, this is the problem with your retirement. They're telling you that because that's what they want you to do. I'm equipping you. The book and being in this environment is to equip you to do it authentically, not trying to do a bait and switch. Because I'm equipping you to know what the numbers say. Okay? What I need to know, and I just, let's see, we got numbers. So I'm going to ask you to give me your number, and that means I'm going to fill it in. So, Andrew, I want you to include it. So, 1, you're 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, cool. I want you to just answer these for me. For your, so number 1.
You can't be asking women their age.
Listen. Say something. What are you?
25. He was 50.
34.
3,
28.
4,
33.
5,
38.
6,
21.
7,
49.
8,
30.
9,
71.
10,
48.
11,
5, 6.
12.
0.
There is no
12 left.
I'm just going to use retirement age at 65. I'm just going to use that as a number, okay? Cost that all the way across the board at 65. Okay, so we got 15 years. We got 31 years. We got 20, 40, 37 years. We got 32. We got 27. Got 44.
Isn't that sexy, y'all?
Yeah.
We got
How he can count like that.
15. Got 35. We got, okay. We got 17. We got 7, 8, 9. Okay. I'm not going to put anything for the asset amount, but the asset means what's your nest egg amount? What do you currently have put away? Do you have stocks, bonds? Do you have mutual funds? Do you have a house that you want to sell? Do you have a life insurance? Do you hoping somebody died that you can pull cash in?
Inheritance, gold, real estate, all that stuff.